Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Last Minute Rundown. I'm Deviant Dario,
I'm Infinite One.
and today we're going to be talking about two fucking overpowered beings, and it's so crazy even my dog is barking. So, we're talking about Aizen versus, oh boy, what's his name?
Madara Uchiha.
Okay, and we're going to start off with Madara, and I'll let you take the floor because I know you know enough about this guy.
I love how cocky he is, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So Madara Uchiha, mentally he's 90 years old because of the being brought back to life esque kind of thing. He's the co-founder of the Konoha village, which is the village hidden in the leaves. Um, I can't. I tried to. I can. I'm probably gonna come across the list of the jutsu he knows, but we'll come to that when I find it. He knows a lot of fire-based style jutsu, and I think wind as well. I need to double check that. But he's an expert in hand-to-hand combat. His chakra manipulation. He's mastered stealth, telepathy. He can do necromancy, which is interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
if you can raise the
oh,
dead
yeah. No,
on demand.
he fire manipulation, air manipulation, water manipulation. I guess all five. He can shapeshift. He can enhance his powers and chakra. Um, expert in many weapons such as kunai, shuriken, sword, scythe, etc., etc. Attack reflection. He can summon. I can't remember what he can summon though, off the top of my head. I
What,
can't remember.
like
He can
familiars
summon.
or just
No, he can summon like I guess like an animal kind of thing.
Okay,
Because
that's
most
technically a familiar.
can summon an ethereal warrior like creature that acts offensively and defensively. He can also summon Kurama, which is the nine-tailed fox,
Ooh,
and combine him with his Susanoo.
interesting.
And my page just went up to the top because I don't know why. Um, barrier creation. His main offensive is Susanoo, which is that big like chakra made armor slash like defensive thing that he has. I don't know the proper term for it, but
All right, but obviously he's one of those who utilizes his chakra for intense.
and
What do
he
you
has
call it?
a lot of chakra. He has a huge pain tolerance. Because the Susanoo, which it causes every cell in the body to hurt, and he holds the Susanoo with like no um
He just takes the pain like it's nothing.
exactly.
Wow. Well, I'm guessing he's used to using it all the time. That he's kind of just become numb to it.
Yeah. His Sharingan gives him the ability of paralysis, illusion creation, mind manipulation, perception, except it's just basically like
This guy was
psychological.
built for war.
Exactly.
Sun Tzu would
Limited
love this guy.
X-ray vision, power mimicry. He can mimic powers like you know how Kakashi was able to do all those different kinds of like jutsu because of the Sharingan.
Yeah.
It's the same. The Sharingan is the um I don't know if it would be called Geki Genkai because of it's an ocular kind of power, but that is the Uchiha's like specialty. Like their clan can all awaken the Sharingan, and that's basically like I'm pretty sure it's like clan exclusive Sharingan. So
Okay.
because the only way Kakashi got it is because it was given to him by his friend who is an Uchiha or was either or. He does have regeneration. I'm not gonna say immortality because the Ito Tensei doesn't count because it's him being reanimated.
So he's hard to kill, but not unkillable.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Um, The Renegon.
Just makes him more dangerous then.
The Renegon gives him sealing powers, enhanced senses, healing with the Preda path and the Nakara path. I zoned out during that part of Shippuden when they started like explaining when he turned to like into that white goddish kind of. I zoned out during that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay,
But
that's
limited
fair.
levitation, telekinesis, ground manipulation, body control, technology manipulation. He can manipulate a lot of
What
things.
the frick? Okay, yeah, he has some broken up. I didn't expect for him to have some unique broken powers.
Immense, immense pain tolerance. Can casually shrug off being stabbed by Sasuke.
Well, you told me about that type of chakra that he was able to utilize, and I figured he'd be able to tolerate a lot of pain.
You
Jesus.
know, he can take a lot of damage. Um, he is a cocky son of a bitch because I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna hand it over to you. He can do. I know he can do the shadow clones and clone jutsu, whatever. And my favorite moment of him is literally when he's fighting the five Kage, and they're like, "Oh, it's 5-on-1," and then he makes literally 25 clones of
Oh
himself,
yeah, I've heard of. You
and,
told me
and
of
it,
this.
it's like, and then it's like 5-on-1 for them, and then he just looks at him and is like, "Nah, don't complain about this being unfair. Now, would you like these clones to use Susano as well?" Which
Whew.
means the man has a lot of chakra because even though they're clones, he's still using his chakra to use the clones, and the clones have to, and for the clones to use all Susano as well. I don't know if he was bluffing or not, but he can. If he was telling the truth, that's a lot of chakra that he has and or can use.
So that hint alone just gives an idea of how powerful he probably is, especially to utilize that much chakra in that way.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm just looking to see if there's like a list of his jutsu that he knows. I don't see it, but I know he can use. I know he can. I know he can use all the different kinds of natures of chakra, but I think he prefers fire
Well,
because
he started with fire and wood.
did he start with wood? I guess he
Yes,
did
they
start.
did. Trust me. He those were his two main, like the first two he utilized, and he still utilizes them mostly.
Notable victory. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I was just going over his notable victories, and it's like Momoshiki, Delta from Naruto, Sasuke Uchiha, and then literally I don't know where this came from. Apparently, he has a victory over Ganondorf. I don't know. By Force of Power, Ganondorf and Revive Madara were used. Both 6C and speed was. I okay. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna
All
hand it over
right.
to you after that because I don't know where the fuck that came from.
Ganondorf. Anyway, um, okay, now I got that out of my head. So, Aizen Jose, freaking super powerful motherfucker, but we'll just give you an idea who it is. He is Shinigami, who are basically Bleach's idea of Reapers, Soul Reapers specifically. And they take care of any evil spirits that didn't think they thought it would be a good idea to stay on the earth instead of passing on, and so they just take care of them. Now, honestly, he basically is Dio without being overkill, because he faked his own death. He basically plotted this entire scheme after all these freaking years, just so he can be the most powerful being, among other reasons. And let's see, he's got some pretty broken ass powers, and just the Shinigami's abilities alone are very unique. And especially this one thing, I'm gonna just get this out of the way. I have no idea what his Bankai is, if he even has one. Because there's been a big debate on whether he has one or blah blah blah. Honestly, the thing is, the way he was recruited and how powerful he is in comparison to the others, he doesn't even need one. And you know what? That'd probably be the best answer for him. Like, and if he did have one, he probably wouldn't even use it because he's got way more powerful abilities, like using his sword to literally be able to completely hypnotize, uh, like the whole air, like basically anyone in the area, field of view of his weapon. And the hypnosis is so ridiculously powerful. It even tricked one of the other characters that's literally God, who has a bankai that allows him to be omniscient. If you can trick someone who is omniscient, what you that's it's kind of unheard of. That's literally tricking. That's literally be able to trick God. In short, like in layman's terms, and I don't even know how to express that for his character, because this even really quick, even when watching the Death Battle quicks, they said even Boomstick says this is literally the most bullshit anime power in all of anime. Like, it's like, why? So aside from being able to use his old soul energy to, that's already immensely more powerful than any other, like unnaturally powerful. Like, I think even if other people who humans that technically won't be able to see him, but his soul is so immense that anyone that accidentally walks up to him will basically be disintegrated by it. And yeah, you were about to say something.
I'll see how, like, I know it's powerful. I don't know how strong Madara's genjutsu is, or the fact that how easy he'll be able to break out from it, because he knows, like, I don't want to say he knows what's going on, but he has the similar, like, oh, I'm gonna put you under genjutsu, and you'll be, like, you'll be trapped in your own mind.
Yeah, he
But
would have to do that immediately because Aizen is known to be able to do that before the enemy even realize he's even there. He likes to take the upper hand as soon as possible. And he's known, and that's literally what he's known for. That's how he gets away with shit. He's like, hypnotize you before anything even started, so I basically control the whole playing field. And he can do this to anyone. He's done this to all forms of incredibly powerful beings in this universe alone. Other Soul Reapers, other ex Soul Reapers that are so powerful they kind of just did their own thing, and he had them. I quote, he had them under the spell for so long, for like years, for a long period of time, that they didn't even know they were under control. He literally controls you with that. Like how Dio can just wild you and just like take you down the steps and just make you think you're going crazy. He can do that if he wants.
I know, like, Madara can do the same, but I don't know if it'll be on that big of a scale. I know because, like, he put his, like, genjutsu on the fucking moon.
All right. Here's the thing. Can he counter omniscient beings? Has he ever had to deal with omniscient beings?
I mean, he can, because he kind of was an omniscient being at one point.
Okay. So
But
we don't, depending how perceptive he is, even with that type of power, we don't know if he has an advantage yet against that ability yet.
I don't know how strong it is compared to Aizen. But
They basically trick their version of Yahweh.
what sort of prints were his in this sad?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's obviously not the same Yahweh, but I think one of the translations is basically that, like, oh, okay, so God, okay, so we're getting to that level of bullshit. And there's a lot of different names for the type of soul energies that they use. There's the Reishi, I think Ryzen, or no, Ryoku, the Ryoku stuff. And this guy is just at the immeasurable spiritual power of crazy. And I think I mentioned that before. Also, I like to keep in mind, he likes to provoke his enemies in a very unique manner. Like, not only does he like to just trick them with his illusion powers in general, but He literally he will use his words just to get into your mind alone, just to prove a point. And he is fast, like stupid fast to the point they're not even sure if he's teleporting or not. So I'm not sure how fast, because like I said, it's at that point where they're not even able to properly measure it, unless Boomstick and Wiz are able to. But that being said, I couldn't find one. But immense speed, immense damage, immense spiritual power, and broken ability. And also, I forget what his IQ is, but he is ridiculously smart. And I know there could be more to add to him, but honestly, that's all I need to know. That's all you need to know on him. And I don't know. Like, from what I found on this guy, all I understand is he is one of those famous antagonists, just from anime in general, that if I were into Bleach, I probably would have been a fan of, but I did kind of skip out on him. So just finding all this about him, I thought was kind of intriguing. Curious to see where they're going to take this as a battle. But, what do you think?
The only reason I'm gonna say Madara, and this is the only reason as of right now,
Okay.
they had Kakashi lose, so I'm gonna say
They had Gaara
that
lose, too.
they're gonna let Madara win.
Who? I just remembered. Who won? Naruto or what's the name from Bleach? Ishigo. I actually forgot.
Was that an actual death battle?
Yes,
Or
that
was
was an
that
actual death battle, and that was a big deal, too. That one got the internet rolling for a little bit.
Oh, then Naruto probably won because if it got the internet rolling, people probably got pissed.
Yeah. Okay.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, no. You'd be surprised how many freaking death battles there are. Just to go through the list, it's insane. I have to remind myself a few.
Maybe not Madara. Maybe it will be Aizen because if who knows?
Who knows, really? I know you try to go by a certain type of pattern, but I feel like maybe it's not like that as we thought. Maybe, I mean, who knows? We'll just see what happens. And I don't know. I'm curious on Aizen. I've kind of grown fond of how unique of a villain he is. So I'm voting for Aizen. You're voting for your boy Madara. And yeah, I think that's about it. All right, so thank you guys for joining us. This was a pretty straightforward one. I mean, yes and no, but for me it was a little bit difficult because I actually had to learn about my dude, and Finny here was more and familiar with Madara. But yeah, and let's just see what happens in the upcoming death battle. So thank you again for joining us. I'm Deviant Dario,
All right, for one.
and you have a wonderful night.
Night.